guys, this is Siku Delmar, the Northern Shaolin School of Kung Fu. And today we're gonna work on how to do a proper roundhouse kick. So today I have a chair. Why do I have the chair? The chair is here so I can work on making sure that I chamber my knee straight up instead of coming this way, okay? So the chair kind of gives me a barrier to ensure that I'm lifting my knee straight up towards the target. Now, can you do a roundhouse kick this way? Of course you can. But here at the Northern Shaolin School of Kung Fu, we want to make sure that our roundhouse kick has a nice high and tight chamber, because we may not necessarily roundhouse kick when we're sparring or fighting. This may turn into a front kick, or it may turn into a side kick, okay? But that chamber is always gonna be the same. So we wanna make sure that we practice that chamber, and the chair makes sure that we're doing that correctly. Now, one thing that we also like to do, and you can challenge yourself, if you do your chamber wrong or if you hit your chair, punish yourself. Give yourself push-ups, burpees. Not only is it good training, it's a good way to make sure that you're doing this correctly every single time. So let's get into that roundhouse kick. So again, what I want to do is I want to come to a nice fighting stance. My hands are going to be up. First thing that I want to do is I want to lift my knee straight up. Nice high and tight chamber, okay? I want my knee to point directly at my target. So again, hands are up. Next thing that I want to do is I'm going to pivot on the ball of my foot, okay? So as I do this, make sure that the ball of your foot turns all the way around like this, okay? I want my heel to point towards my target. Now, will this happen every single time you hit something? Maybe not necessarily, but what's happening is you're learning to turn your hip over so you can get maximum power in your technique. So as you're training, make sure that you're practicing that full rotation, that full pivot, because that's gonna turn your hips over. So watch, as I do this, when I pivot, my chest is actually gonna point towards the camera. So again, my hands are gonna be up, I'm gonna come up, pivot. Notice that my head stays over my body. I am not moving my head in any way, shape, or form. I want my head to stay directly over my body. I want my chamber to stay high, and I'm gonna pivot my foot. When I pivot my foot, my leg automatically comes in position to do my roundhouse kick. So once again, fighting stance, hands up, chamber, pivot. Now I'm ready to kick. So all I have to do now is unfold that leg. So again, my leg's gonna be like this, and then I'm just gonna snap that leg out and bring it back in. If you're having balance problems, that's another reason the chair is here. You can use the chair to help you balance. So if you just wanna practice these things or work on just pivoting, these things will help you if you have the chair, if you're just trying to work on your balance, work on your technique. But if you have all that, we're gonna put all that together and we're gonna do the full technique. So it's gonna look like this. Fighting stance, hands up. Gonna come up. Again. Even if I'm going to kick low, I still want a nice high and tight chamber. Again, I come up. Notice that I did not hit the chair because my chamber is coming straight up, not this way. I can roundhouse kick that way. It's not bad. It's just a different way of doing it. Okay, guys, so I was practicing against the air. Now I have my partner here. We call him Violent Vinny. We're gonna kick him now. These are great things to use because they actually have arms. And so what happens a lot of times when you're kicking just a regular cylindrical bag, it's great for power, but this is gonna help with power and targeting. So if somebody actually has their hands up, I have to actually kick in this area, which can be difficult for some people, okay? So again, when I actually have a target, I wanna line up with that target. So this is really important because a lot of people miss this when they roundhouse kick. They wanna make sure that they come over to the side and see when you kick, watch this. Oh, I didn't actually hit that guy. I was off target. If I line up with my target, when my knee comes up, I'm gonna point directly at my target. As I pivot, my knee is going to cross that target. When I unfold my leg, guess what? I'm going to now create power and I'm going to cut through that target with the top of my leg. So it's gonna look like this. Again. Okay? So, and that's me just doing the mechanics. So you imagine if I'm actually kicking hard, or let's say if I'm in a real life self-defense situation and I'm gonna kick this target as hard as I can, I'm gonna hopefully break some ribs, okay? And again, because of my chamber, I can change where I kick. So I don't have to necessarily kick here. I may decide to kick there. So I may come down on the thigh, or I may say ribs, okay? But the most important part is to rotate that body, pivot that body, line up with my target. And that's how you do a proper roundhouse kick.